Welcome to Home Sweet Hoover, a chance for you to see what Hoover is all about. But in addition to that, this presentation, the overall objective is for you to understand what it means to be a campus that receives Title I funding. So let's jump right in. What does it mean to be a campus receiving Title I funds? For us, the Title I funds are additional monies that we receive in addition to our general budget, and we receive these funds from the federal government to supplement our programs. We qualify to receive these because we have a large percentage of our students that qualify for free and reduced lunch. In fact, we are what is called a CEP campus because all of our students receive free breakfast and lunch, which indicates our need for these additional funds to help supplement and close the learning gap. And the way that we utilize our funds is through purchasing additional staff members, bringing in different programs, buying materials and supplies that are needed. We also identify students who are struggling and provide them with additional assistance, sometimes through our interventionist that may be funded with Title I funds, or also through temporary workers that are certified teachers that we bring in to also provide additional intervention. In addition to all of those, we also conduct parental meetings, trainings, and activities to help with our parental community. And just like we have to have a plan for our funds, the district does as well. And so the district's plan for Title I funds includes student academic assessments, additional assistance to struggling students, the coordination and integration of federal funds and programs, also school programs like the migrant program, preschool, school choice, and supplemental education services as applicable. In fact, our full day pre K program is in part paid for by some of the district's Title I funds. Then we also have, or the district also has, parental involvement strategies that are included in the district parental involvement plan. Now, part of what drives, though, our Title I funding and how we spend it is our campus improvement plan. We have to look at what is needed on our campus and then designate the funds according to our CIP or campus improvement plan. And I wanted you to have a good understanding of what that means. So, our campus improvement plan or CIP includes the following items: a needs assessment, to where we look at all of the needs that we have here at Hoover and we determine what is needed from there. In addition to that, we look at our data from the previous year and we look at data throughout the whole year as we are evaluating our campus improvement plan and how we are meeting the goals that we have in place. Then we set goals and put in strategies to address the academic needs of our students. We also look at the professional development needs of our teachers and how do we need to work to build the capacity of our teachers so that they can better support the students. We're also looking at the coordination of our resources. We have a comprehensive budget that we're looking at. In addition to that, we have our school's parental involvement plan. And actually, parents are involved in the creation of this plan. In fact, met with parents just a couple of weeks ago to talk about this plan so that we could have something in place for this year. But then we also have parents that serve on our Campus Performance Objective Committee, which is our CPOC. And that's where we look at our campus improvement plan. And the two parents this year that are serving on our CPOC are Lourdes Duran and Christina Jenkins. In addition to all of this information with Title I funds, part of the money that we do receive as a district needs to be set aside for parental involvement. And so it's 1% that is set aside. And I wanted us to take a look at what that means. So, any district that receives $500,000 or more in Title I funds is required by law to set aside 1% of the funds for parental involvement. So, 5% can be reserved at the district for system wide initiatives that we have there, but the remaining 95% has to be allocated to the campuses that receive Title I funds within the district. And so, each Title I school receives its portion of the 95% to implement at school level parental involvement activities or ways to involve parents. As a campus, we received $5,122 for our parental involvement this year. Now, some ways that we utilize our parental involvement funds are nights like tonight, the Home Sweet Hoover meetings. We also have our family nights that we bring in parents. We have our hero dads that we do a kickoff for. The parent quick reference guide that you received at the beginning of the year. That's a way to involve you and keep you informed. So we have that for you. We also sent home a communication notepad for you so that when your student's absent or they're having to leave early, you have a notepad that you just have to hopefully just quickly fill it out and then send that in, and hopefully it makes things easier for you. But we do provide that as a tool to communicate with us, to to hopefully, again, help ease some of the load of parenting and communication with the school. We also provide books for students. We send books home. Last year, we were able to send two students or two books per student home with students for the summer. And this year, we have a plan for that as well. So I actually allot more, our CIP allots more than just the $5,122. We actually put in more than that because we want to make sure that students get books and we want to make sure that we have the resources needed to be able to provide ways for parents to be involved and to support the learning for their students. Now, what's included in the school's parental involvement plan? Because just like the district has one, as a campus, we do too. And as I stated earlier, I did meet with some parents. We had 27 parents that came out a couple of weeks ago to meet with me, and we talked about the parental involvement plan because it is designed to work in partnership with parents and to increase student achievement. For us to partner together because there's something so important about the homeschool connection. And I did get a lot of input from those parents, but we also need your input on your ideas of how you would like to see our parental involvement funds spent. So there will be a chance at the end of this presentation for you to reply to a QR code for a form to be able to provide your input on our parental involvement funds. But then also we have the homeschool partnership agreement. And again, we did work with some parents that came to a meeting with me to discuss this, but we also need your input on the homeschool partnership agreement. And the homeschool partnership agreement is a commitment from the school, the parent, and the student to share in the responsibility for improved academic achievement for our students. And your input is needed. And once we receive input, we're going to compile what we got from our meeting as well as what we get from this. And we're going to compile the agreement and finalize our homeschool partnership agreement that will be shared during parent conferences in October, November. Now, you also may ask, as part of a campus that receives Title I funding, is how do I receive notification if my child is not being taught by a teacher who's highly qualified? Well, let me encourage you. I work really hard to make sure that we staff our campus with teachers that are highly qualified. And even those of ours that are not highly qualified, they are working towards that certification to make sure that they become highly qualified. And we only have a few of those, only a handful. But other than that, all of our teachers are highly qualified. However, please note that parents of students at a campus receiving Title I funds may request the certification information on their child's teacher. And if you would like to receive this information, you can contact the Cy-Fair ISD Human Resources Department, and the number is included in the presentation for you. We also have to evaluate the district parental involvement plan each year. And so the district does do certain things for that to happen. And so they do conduct it again annually. They conduct it with parents of students that attend a Title I campus or campus that receives Title I funding. They also analyze the content and effectiveness of the current plan. They identify any barriers to parental involvement. And the data and input may include parent surveys, focus groups, committees, processes, and timelines. And what is discovered from that information impacts the plan each year. But as I said earlier, your input is needed because we are here to help you understand what it means that Hoover receives Title I funds, but we also need your input. Remember, I want your input on how you would like to see our parental involvement funds utilized. In addition to that, providing some information on what you as the parent can do to partner with us here at school to help your child be successful, and then also what your student can do to be successful at school. I'm so glad that you're a part of our Hoover community. And again, we're here for you to help you understand what it means to receive Title I funding. Have a great rest of your week and year.